So water quality testing kit. Okay.
Okay, sir.
First one is pH. You can get digital meter or paper test. Second one is digital thermometer. Third one is you can purchase complete API kit. It will contain pH, ammonia, nitrite and nitrate. One more is dissolved oxygen kit. So these are the basic kit you want it. Apart from that, it is a salinity test kit. It is optional. If you want, you can purchase it. Otherwise, we can start the culture without it. It is come in a chemical and also digital.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
So Raju, this is the primary step in your aquaculture. You are doing culture in a fresh water, saline water, brackish water, inland ground saline water. So this is topmost priority to understand the chemistry of the water so that you can provide the sufficient environment for your aquatic animal. Got it?
Okay, sir.
So water quality parameter for aquaculture. Aquaculture can be defined as the high density production of fish and other aquatic animal in controlled environment. So right now you want to do the culture of the polychaete in a controlled environment so that you can produce and you can harvest as per your requirement. But it is not as simple as that. So, stocking rates for high density aquaculture are typically 1,000-fold greater than wild environments. Open systems such as raceways are characterized by rapid turnover of water. Closed systems are in-pond culture of carps, catfishes, tilapia, sea bass, prawn and shrimp amongst others. Closed aquaculture systems do not have rapid turnover of water but do not have a high surface to volume ratio facilitating exchange of gases, nutrients, energy, etc. With the surrounding such closed system, intensified high density aquaculture form the basis of concern. So what we have the issue in a open culture system because we are directly intact in the nature. So our water parameter regularly fluctuating because we are doing the culture in the outdoor condition. So if we get a rain, so our pH fluctuation will be occur, our salinity will be dropped. If Weather is cloudy, so we will face the issue of the dissolved oxygen. We don't have the sufficient oxygen, and sometime you will see the aquatic animal will come on the surface and they will need the oxygen. So these are the some conditions. So future will be indoor because this is the maximum utilization of your land and your water, because both the resources are precious, because continuously land prices are high and we have a limited water resource. So that's why we are doing the culture in a indoor culture so that we can increase our production. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So waste generated by aquaculture, जो भी waste we are generating in the form of organic waste, in form of the sediments, in the form of excess feed excreted by the aquatic animals, will be settled down on the bottom in the form of excess flock.
Okay.
Okay, so we are continuously flush out on the regular basis. In the coastal line, you will see this is a regular practice by the farmer. Every third day, every week, they are flush out the water from the pond without knowing this is required or not.
Okay.
So they do the regular practice, just flush out the water and input the new water to maintain the water quality. But this is not the right approach. This was our ancient practice, but right now we are continuously follow the regular monitoring of the water so that you will provide the sufficient water condition, because your aquaculture completely depend on the water. After that they required feed. If you will provide the sufficient condition for the survival, after that they are looking for the feed.
Okay.
So water chemistry is the topmost priority to achieve the success in your venture. The maintenance of the good water quality is essential for both survival and optimum growth of culture organism. The level of metabolites in pond water that can have an adverse effect on the growth. So if you are not provide the optimum water quality, so you will not get the proper survival and proper growth of your aquatic animal. It is completely depend on the all the aquatic animal species. It is for the fresh water, it is for the salt water, it is for the brackish water. Completely depend on all the aquatic animals. This culture practice will completely depend on the pond culture, your cemented tank culture, your biofloc tarpaulin tank culture, or a small container like a aquarium. Good water quality is characterized by adequate oxygen and limited level of metabolism. So first thing is proper oxygen is required to maintain the quality of water. If you provide the sufficient oxygen to circulate the water, so you will reduce your failure chances about 50 to 70% if you will provide the sufficient oxygen to your water, because with the help of oxygen you can maintain the water quality for your aquatic animal. The culture organism, algae and microorganisms such as bacteria produce metabolites in a pond. The major source of nutrient in aquaculture is the feed, because large quantities of feed are loaded in ponds. Excess feed, fecal matter and other metabolites become available in large quantities for the growth of algae and microorganisms. If you are looking for the feed formulation, so every food web first member is a plant. If you are looking for the land food web, so first member is a plant. If you are looking for a water food web, first member is a phytoplankton. It is already a plant and it is a waste source and it is a rich content of the protein. We are not providing, but nature is doing the same things for the survival of your aquatic animals. In a ocean, No one is giving the any commercial feed or any substance feed or any farm formulated feed, but we are continuously getting the wild catfishes because nature is maintaining the food web.
Okay.
So same thing we are doing in our indoor culture. We are continuously working to increase the quality of the aquatic animal and also working on the natural feed formulation so that we can reduce our input cost and also maximize the profit. The increase in population of algae and microorganisms is the exponential. This usually occurs during the second half of the culture period because of available nutrients about 30% of total feed. So once we are providing the fertilization in the pond, in a nursery, in a biofloc tank, in a cemented tank, so lots of natural feed will be generated in the term of phytoplankton and zooplankton. So right now, because you also do the culture of the polychaetas, so they also looking for the natural environment. So this is our duty to maintain the sufficient ecosystem before introducing the aquatic animal in that water. It is not as simple just put the substance and put the water, aerate and introduce your aquatic animal. They will not survive. In within 1 week they all die. So before introducing that aquatic animals, we will make a sufficient natural ecosystem for the survival, and this is completely depend on the water chemistry.
Okay.
So first is, this is a most important temperature. Aquaculture organisms are cold blooded animals. They don't have any temperature regulator body in the system. So they are a cold blooded animal. They can modify their body temperature to the environment in normal condition. Unlike the warm blooded animal which can react to maintain the optimum body temperature like human. So
Hmm.
our all the aquaculture organism are a cold blooded animal. So it is optimum range of the water temperature is 22 degrees centigrade to 35 degrees centigrade, and ideal range is 28 degrees centigrade.
Okay.
So you are sitting in a coastal line area, so fluctuation is not more than like our North India. Sometimes our temperature reach to 46 or 48 and sometimes they drop around -2, -4. So once we will provide and create an environment, so we will provide some mechanism to regulate the temperature because they are a bottom roller and they will sit in a sand and all the material. So we will provide the sufficient temperature for the water so that they can regulate and they can adjust in the environment. Got it?
Hmm.
For
Okay,
the
sir.
for this you will get a one thermometer to measure the water parameter. Okay.
Okay.
Second one is salinity because some polychaete looking for the fresh water and some are marine, but maximum belongs to marine environment. So salinity is the main component to regularize it. Salinity plays an important role in the growth of culture organism through osmoregulation of body minerals from that of the surrounding water. Salinity range from 1 to 45 ppt as per the culture species. So minimum salinity required 5 to 7 ppt and ideal is 15 to 25 ppt.
Okay.
Third one is dissolve oxygen. This is the primary parameter to maintain the water quality of your system. Atmospheric oxygen crosses the air-water boundary and dissolve in water matrix. The only way that oxygen can introduce air to water is by diffusion. So you already know our complete atmosphere has been made 100%, 78% is nitrogen, 21% around oxygen, and 1% is other gases like carbon dioxide, argon. So dissolved oxygen is measured either in milligram per liter or parts per million like ppm, with 0 ppm representing total oxygen depletion and 15 ppm representing the maximum or saturation concentration. There is about 21% oxygen content in the air. Air acts a big reservoir of oxygen. So this is a minimum requirement around 4 to 6 ppm oxygen should be available in our water surface for the survival of our algae, our bacteria, other natural food available in the water bodies. So once we will install our system, so we also provide the some small pumps for the oxygen purpose. I also show you and also I will suggest you. Once the temperature will be high in the summer time, so dissolved oxygen value will be reduced. Once the temperature will be down, so our dissolved oxygen value will be saturated. They will not be reduced. But oxygen is not continuously and very much easily dissolved in the water. So decrease as the temperature increase, decrease exponentially with increase in salinity, decrease with lower atmospheric pressure and high humidity, increase with depth. So we are not making too much depth of our environment because we are doing the culture of the polychaete. So we need around 3 to 4 inches bedding material for the survival of our polychaete. Got it?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Next important parameter is the pH, measure of acidity or alkalinity. Pressure of hydrogen ions, and you already know water is made from H2O. So pH or the concentration of hydrogen ions present in pond water is a measure of acidity or alkalinity. The pH scale extends from 0 to 14. So 0 is the lowest value and 14 is the highest value. 0 is the most acidic and 14 is the most alkaline. So our ideal range for our water body is 7, or we can say from 6.5 to 8.5 is the ideal range. But greater than pH 9 is dangerous because ammonia toxicity increase rapidly. So our ideal range of the pH is 6.5 to 8.5 and ideal 7.
Okay.
The pH should be monitored 2 times in a day. It's a early morning and in the afternoon. So you will get the two value. It's a low level and high level. Then you can take the decision you want to add the alkalinity in the form of calcium carbonate so that it will maintain. With the help of calcium carbonate, you can maintain the value of pH.
Okay.
An alkalinity about 20 ppm. Calcium carbonate is preferred in the pond. So this is a minimum value, but ideal range around 80 ppm and maximum range around 220 to 280 ppm. ppm stands for part per million or milligram per liter. Intervention such as flushing of pond to reduce
Okay.
the pH is advisable when the magnitude of fluctuation is pH is great. So once you are not able to maintain the water condition, so this is the last advisable, you just flush out the water around 25 to 40%. It is depend on the criticality.
Okay.
So once aquatic animal introduced in the water, so our nitrification cycle come in the pictures. So some gases are harmful to our aquatic animals like ammonia, it is a more toxic, methane and hydrogen sulfide. So with the help of right aeration, you can reduce the toxic level of these gases. Correct?
Okay,
Because
sir. Okay.
with the help of oxygen, gases, you already know gases is lighter. Once you will aerate the water, so it is easily outside from the water. Sometimes you have seen some bubbles on the water in the pond, in the tank or in the aquarium. So these are the gaseous bubbles. If you provide the sufficient aeration, it will reduce from the water. Ammonia is the second gas of importance in fish culture. It is significant to good fish production is overwhelming. High ammonia level can arise from overfeeding, rich protein of feed, excess feed, decay to levitic toxic ammonia gases which in conjunction with the fishes excreted ammonia may accumulate to dangerously high level under certain conditions. So ammonia is continuously dependent on the pH and temperature. If you will maintain the quality of the pH and temperature, so ammonia will not give any impact to your aquatic animals. And also don't overstock, don't provide a very rich protein feed, because once more rich protein feed you will introduce in the water, so more organic waste introduced in the water and more decomposition will be occur. Once more decomposition will be occur in the water, so more ammonia, more hydrogen sulfide, more methane gases will be released in the water and they will directly impact to the health of your aquatic animals. Got it?
Okay.
Raju, can I know what is your background of your education?
Hello.
Academic background.
Yeah, intermediate it was BPC,
Okay.
and then graduation it was BA, sir. BA History Economics.
Okay. So this is a core chemistry. This is a new things. So just read it, understand it. If you have any doubts, so just note it down. I will also clarify it because this is a core building blocks where your entire venture is depending. If you don't know the water chemistry, so you cannot do the aquaculture.
Okay. Yeah. I was a little bit familiar with these topics because I had biology in my +2.
Perfect. So you can
Later on, it was not okay. Yes, okay.
perfect. So you can easily recall all the topics like
Uh,
nitrification, like carbon
yes, yes.
cycle,
There were total cycles
nitrogen
for this,
cycle,
right?
right? So in one or two
Hmm.
session, I will provide the complete building blocks so that once you will introduce the water in your environment or in your infra, so you just clear understanding what we are trying to do.
Okay. Is that hello?
Yes, please.
You said like there will be some algae also in the culture, right?
Right.
It also consumes oxygen, right, which we provide.
Raju, I didn't get you. Some network distance disturbance was there. Can you repeat your question?
Okay, so you said there will be some algal culture growing in our culture medium, right? Like in our ponds.
Right.
Then it will also consume some oxygen. Is there any problem for oxygen of that, sir?
Yes, because phytoplankton, with the help of photosynthesis, they will create the oxygen in the daytime. But after sunset, they are
Oh,
also the consumer of that oxygen. So if you are doing the stocking in a
yes, sir.
high density, so your aquatic animal also use that oxygen and your phytoplankton also use that oxygen. So sometime you will face that issue in the early morning time from 4 to 7 o'clock. You will face huge mortality in your aquaculture system. That's why we will provide the additional oxygen facility with the help of a small air pump.
Okay.
Got it?
Can we have a aquaponics with it, sir, parallelly?
Sorry, Raju.
Like, can we have aquaponics with this medium, sir? Like for fish, they will provide aquaponics, right?
Right.
For
Right
removing of
now
ammonia
you
and
are,
others. Maybe.
because right now you are doing a culture where a rare species. It is not common
Oh,
in India. So just focus on
okay.
a polychaete, because once you will introduce is a aquaponics, so you will also introduce the plants, and plants required some more mechanism, because in aquaponics they will also provide only nitrogen, but plants need more nutrition. So you also need to validate and provide all the nutrition value for the better survival. So don't club, just focus, because you are playing on a very primary goal, because you are taking care of the feed, and our total
Okay.
aquaculture system completely depend on the good feed quality. Around 50 to 70% expense occur on the feeding consumption. So just focus on it, do it your mastery on it. It is a very huge topic.
Okay. And one more thing, sir, like the
Yes.
temperature and is there any ammonia pump we have to provide for this, sir?
I didn't get you, Raju. Please repeat it again.
No, no, like we are providing oxygen, right? Similar to
Right.
that, should we provide any ammonia like extraction mid pump or something like that?
In your environment, we will install some small sponge filter, so that bacteria colony will be formed there, and they will consume all the ammonia and provide the sufficient
Okay.
bottom
Like
condition for.
biofilter, right, sir?
Right. It will work as a biofilter. A sponge filter will
But
work as a
doesn't the
biofilter.
bacteria enter into the like? Hmm,
No,
okay. Does
this
the
is,
bacteria enter into the pond and like?
yeah, this is a good bacteria in the form of nitrosomonas and nitrobacter. They will convert ammonia nitrite to nitrate. Ammonia is part, it's a total ammonia nitrogen, NH3 and NH4. So in the coming session, I will cover all the things. Right now I am providing all the water parameters, so that you will get it all the information. After that, in the next session I will provide how to manipulate and how to provide the ideal condition of your aquatic animals.
Okay.
So next is hardness. Hardness completely depend on the mineral substance are dissolved in water like sodium, calcium, potassium, magnesium. If you are check the hardness of the water, or you can say it is a TDS, total dissolved solid in water. If you will check the hardness of the fresh water, it will come around 150 to 50 ppm. If you check the hardness of the hard water like saline water or brackish water, sometime it will come to 1000, 2000, 6000, 9000 ppm. Means you have more minerals dissolved in that water. So fresh water hardness range around 40 to 400 ppm. Okay. So mineral
Okay.
substances are dissolved in water. Among these the metals calcium and magnesium, because for the survival of the aquatic animals, calcium and magnesium are the most important minerals for the survival and better growth. Along with their counter ion carbonate comprise the basis for the measurement of hardness. Optimum hardness of for aquaculture is in the range of 40 to 400 ppm of hardness. This is a value for the freshwater aquaculture. If you are doing the culture in the brackish water, so value should be changed from 1000 ppm to 9000 ppm.
Okay. Okay.
Hard water have the capability of buffering the effect of heavy metals such as copper or zinc, which are in general toxic to fish. Their
Okay.
hardness is a vital factor in maintaining good pond equilibrium. So their parameters and their mineral values are play the important role to maintain the good water quality in your environment. Correct? So with the
Okay.
help of TDS meter, you can easily check the water quality of your pond. Turbidity. Turbidity is basically once you will provide more feed, more chemicals, so water will be turbid. Water
Mhm.
turbidity refers to the quality of suspended material which interface with the light perturbation in the water column. In prawn ponds, water turbidity can result from planktonic organism or from suspended clay particles. So sometimes farmer will provide more aeration in a earthen pond. So dust particle or clay particle continuously mix with the pond water, and water will be turbid like clay water. So they will affect the phytoplankton, they will affect the dissolved oxygen value. Also they will irritate to the aquatic animal, and sometimes gill choke condition occur in the aquatic animals. Higher turbidity can cause temperature and DO saturation in the pond. So just maintain the proper turbidity. Don't provide the overfeeding in your pond. Don't provide the high aeration in your pond, or any, if you are looking the culture in a 100 liter or 1000 liter, so same condition will be applied in that condition also.
Okay.
So PSB, so we, our nature will work, but nature and ecosystem we are maintaining, it will take some time. So it is a photosynthetic bacteria. With the help of photosynthesis will occur. In semi-intensive culture, photosynthetic bacteria plays an important role through absorption and conversion of organic matter into the minerals and nutrients as a secondary production. Compared to the primary production of algae population, PSP exists particularly due to low oxygen level and high intensity of light, and can significantly improve the culture environment. So you have seen in the ancient time, our farmer do not provide any supplementary feed in the pond, and they don't provide any aeration, any venturi system in the pond. But at that time, we are getting very less production from the entire pond. Around per hectare, we are getting around 3 ton or 5 ton production. But once the science will be introduced in the aquaculture and government take the initiative in a blue revolution, so our production will be high from 7 ton, 10 ton, 15 ton, 20 ton, 25 ton per hectare. So with the help of science, we can maintain the sufficient environment and provide the right condition for the aquatic animals, because they will not survive, they will get a proper environment for the proper survival and better growth, because we are providing the 24 into 7 ideal environment condition for that. So water quality management is the primary motto for any aquatic animal culture. If you are doing the culture in the pond, if you are doing the culture in a cemented tank, if you are doing the culture in a circular tank, if you are doing the culture in a normal glass like aquarium, so proper maintain quality at most required for the success of the population of phytoplankton and microorganisms. So there are two terms. One is phytoplankton. It is an autotroph, like work as a producer, and second one is zooplankton. It is a intake. First, in water, phytoplankton will be produced, and with the next step, some zooplankton, so that they will consume that algae. So this food web will take some time. Sometime 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. So 3 week to 6 week is the ideal time to maintain that cycle. Okay. The diet fluctuation of dissolved oxygen, pH and carbon dioxide serve as indicator of their population. Since carbon dioxide is the major factor affecting the diel fluctuation of pH, monitoring pH fluctuation may be adequate. Also, carbon dioxide is more difficult to measure. So right now we also have a kit for the carbon dioxide. You can also buy it sometime after 3 days, 4 days, if you are not providing the sufficient oxygen in your water, so you can also measure it. Most of the water quality problem can be solved with adequate water exchange. If you will not maintain the water quality, so this is the last step. Just drain the water around 10%, 15%, 25% or max 40%.
Okay.
Large quantities of water suitable for aquaculture were available. Monitoring would not be as critical and high production level can be targeted. If water is limited, the risk of encountering water quality and disease problem increase as one goes for more intensive culture. So if you are doing the culture in an intensive quality, high intensive culture, so just monitor the water quality. Otherwise, you are doing a culture in a low culture, like less quantity you are stocking, so you can maintain the water quality easily.
Okay.
Water exchange. In a previous practice, we are continuously following the water exchange, but it is a precious resource, so this is our duty to maintain it. The principle of water exchange is to change the water in a way such that the water quality changes gradually instead of abruptly. In semi-intensive system, frequent and sometimes even continuous water exchange at a small flowing rate is employed. So you can change the water in a small quantity, not 80%, not 100% water exchange. Otherwise, your aquatic animal will not adjust in the new environment because this water will be new habitat of this aquatic animal and you will face the huge mortality in that case. If you want to do the water exchange, 1%, 10%, 15%, 20%, 25% or max 40%. Beyond that you cannot change. So just focus the maintain the quality of the water, maintain the proper water parameter. You will not need to do the water exchange.
Okay.
Good quality of water is not available. A drastic change to the pond environment should be avoided. Culture organism has been greatly weakened as a result of nutrition depletion and disease. Ponds are being treated with chemical and medicine. While doing water exchange, several parameters should be noticed such as pH value, salinity, temperature, turbidity, and other parameters related to defining good pond environment. So water exchange is not the 100% solution to maintain the water quality. You will understand the water chemistry and accordingly on the daily basis you will provide the sufficient water condition for the proper growth and proper survival.
Okay. One small doubt, sir. Like
Yes,
in aquaculture, like in fish and prawn, we provide medicine, right? Maybe
right,
sometimes.
right.
In polychaetas, do we have to provide some medicine in case if necessary or not necessary? Anything, sir?
In the polychet it is not necessary, but once we will provide the feeding, so we will provide some feeding supplement. Feed supplement we will add for the growth and for the proper survival so that they will immune. We will cover that topic in the feeding.
Okay. And one more thing, so like you said, like phytoplankton and algae, right?
Right.
Does polychaete feed on that? Maybe.
Yes, we have seen in a previous slide they are herbivorous,
Uh,
carnivorous, bacterivorous. So they are a play a very important role to maintain the health quality of the ocean because they will eat anything, any decaying material.
yes,
So
sir.
we
But
will,
actually, if they settle down only, they will eat. Will they, or if it is present in the water, they may eat it.
yes, they will present in the water, they can eat it. So
Okay,
we will
because
prove, yes,
when we consider fish or prawn, they will vigorously move on water and they consume the water. But these these polychaetes, they just are mostly bottom dwellers, right?
right.
So will they consume or not? That was the doubt.
Because they are a filter feeder, like water, whichever food is available in the water they can easily consume it because water is continuously go in and release from the gills and from come out, so any nutrition value have in the water they can easily consume it, like fish,
Okay,
like shrimp, like prawn.
okay,
Okay.
okay, sir. Okay, and we provide feed right for them.
Yes, we will provide the supplementary feed for the good
Like
survival and for the proper growth.
okay, when we provide feed, it settle on the sand and will it consume on the sand, or if we feed directly on the like formulated feed we provide, sir.
We will provide that feed in a small container so that our feed will not be waste and our water quality will not be degraded.
Okay. Was it
So
dissolvable in the oxygen? Like Was it dissolvable in the water?
Yes. So we will maintain the quality also for the water and also try to 100% utilization of this feed by our aquatic animals. So we will provide some mechanism to maintain it.
Okay. And one more
Okay,
thing, so like, can we expect like if we consider 1 square meter of area,
right.
like how many kgs of worms can we expect in that area, particularly around small estimations?
You can easily put around 400 and 500.
Okay, 400 500 worms.
Yes.
Around how much weight it may have, like in the by
If
maturity?
if you will buy a brooder stock, so around 500 600 worms you will get in 1 kg.
Okay, like 1 square meter, we can expect around 1 kg of worms. Like,
Yes, yes.
okay, for this, the main thing is like uh, area spread or the depth of the water. So, like,
Both.
okay,
Because they are bottom drooler and they want a good bedding condition for the survival and growth.
okay,
Or
like,
also you can maintain the quality of the water also.
okay. If you consider like for the commercial scale, like a pond is better, or like a big tub system, like a
No,
aeration system.
tub, small tubs, small tank, fabricated tank is more suitable.
Okay, rather than pond, right?
Yes, commercially it is not viable in the pond because harvesting is very tough and very tedious task.
Like if we consider like a building of cement tanks or cement blocks with some small partitions, was that sufficient, sir?
This will be sufficient. Also, you can purchase some fabricated tank. You will get a good quality and you can use.
Okay, prefabricated ones.
So this type of tank you can easily maintain it.
Okay, like actually have seen this like small these tanks,
Right,
which was around 20,000 liters maybe.
right.
If we consider that thing like the one which was around the right corner, like top one. So if we have it as around 20,000 kg, like how much output can we expect from that? So like maybe around 100,000 kg, maybe.
No, it is completely depends on your total efforts. From
Okay,
the 10,000 liter, around 300 to 400 kg you can expect if you will provide the good bottom condition.
okay, like bedding system, right?
Right.
Okay,
Because there is not any thumb rule because they are a livestock and 24 hours they are sitting on a bottom. If
okay,
any gas like hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, methane, so our entire stock will be vanish. Because
okay,
right now we are not doing the culture in a natural condition. We are doing the culture in a man-made condition. So understand the water chemistry, maintain the proper water quality. In a first culture, you will start with the minimum quantity or less quantity so that you can understand all the things. And in the next
okay,
cycle, you can expand it.
okay. So if we consider the top right one, which is blue color tank, right?
Right.
We consider the same material for 10,000 kg, to 10,000 liters.
Right, you can.
Okay, like how much cost it may have, let's say.
It is not much as that around 6 to 7,000 you will get it.
Okay, that like the fabricated one.
Right.
Okay. Like in that 10,000 liters, like I can expect like 400 kg output
Right,
maybe.
right.
What is the preferable size, sir? Like maybe height and depth. What was the preferred one?
No, we will not maintain too much water in it. Around 1.5 feet we will put it.
Okay, 1.5 feet height was sufficient.
Yes,
We should concentrate mostly on the spread of the
yes,
wide
yes,
range, right?
yes, yes,
And the the bedding material around 2 to 5 inch, right?
yes. We will use sand,
Okay.
aquarium sand, and we will use some pebbles.
Okay. Was it available for commercial purpose? Was it viable, sir? Like commercial purpose only? Because you're saying
Yes,
pebbles, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, sir. If you're considering like 1,000 kg crop for this purpose,
Mm-hmm.
like for the output production for commercial purpose, how much
Mm-hmm.
should we have? What is the estimated capital for it?
No, capital is not the major issue because once you will get the brooder stock, so
Hmm.
you have a beauty, they will easily reproduce it. But how to maintain the proper bottom condition? This is your top priority on the
And in the
daily
pilot
basis.
project, in the pilot project, we will learn mostly because around 5 to 6 months, right? So
Right,
I think we can learn most of this in the when we are culturing it.
right,
But if you consider for 1,000 kg for commercial, how much it
right.
may cost around any estimation for that, sir? Like, or later in the 5 to 6 months after the period. Any estimation?
We will consider that point and I will estimate all the things and I will provide the exact detail to you.
Okay, now any estimations like that for now? Because you have done some commercial scale, right? Maybe.
No, right now because we are dealing on a pilot level project, right
Hmm.
now we are not producing any commercial level. We are using for the hatchery purpose, for own consumption,
Hmm.
not commercial level, not we are not doing
Okay.
because maintenance of the system is very hectic and need more commercial expertise. Otherwise, within 1 or 2 days, our entire crop will be vanish.
If you do not maintain sufficient water
Right.
management and bedding or something.
Yes, because 24 into 7 they will sitting on a bottom and sedimentation every time will be occur in the water and all the organic waste will be settled out in the bottom and decomposition happening in 24 into 7. So more gases are excreted in the bottom condition. In a natural condition, they can easily trap it. But in our man-made condition, this is tough to maintain it.
Is there any system for cleaning the bottom system for that, sir? Like automated
Because
one?
we can do it, but we cannot disturb our bottom on a daily basis.
Okay.
Because we will disturb this system. So just focus on the water quality parameter if we will maintain the sufficient water parameter. So
So if
our
you
what
consider fish or prawn, like the solid wastes which are present in the water, mostly come to the bottom. So we can
right,
remove them. But here the problem was the sand, right? So how to
right.
remove that? Should we have to remove the entire culture maybe around three to
No,
2 to 3 weeks?
we have a suction pump come in the picture. So
Okay.
we can remove the some solid waste.
Okay.
So these are the commercial level and from the pet shop you will get a small one.
Okay.
So they
Like
will
you have to suck the entire sand, like entire sand bedding or the
no no no
upper
no no.
layers of that.
They will suck the upper level. So once we will get in 3 days, in a 4 days or weekly, we will clean it. Don't disturb
Okay, on
the
the weekly
water.
basis, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
So aeration is the most important parameter to increase your success rate around 50 to 70%. It increases the dissolved oxygen level of the water and prevents oxygen depletion during the night. If we will provide the sufficient aeration, because our aquaculture completely depends on two water parameter, it is a circulation of the water and filtration of the water.
Okay.
It facilitates the volatilization of undesirable gases such as nitrogen, ammonia, hydrogen sulfide or methane. These are some harmful gases for our aquatic animals and our water bodies. So with the help of aeration, we can easily release from the water column. It reduces the daily fluctuation range of pH value. Also, your aeration will maintain the pH value if you provide the proper alkalinity of the water. Minimum alkalinity level is 20 milligram per liter and ideal is 80 to 280 milligram per liter.
Okay.
It helps in mixing the pond water and maintenance of ideal condition all over the pond. So it will
20
help.
milligram was ideal, sir.
20 is the minimum value
Okay, minimum.
and ideal should be 80 to 280 milligram per liter.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
So this is the pond bottom treatment, because our aquatic animal will reside and will spend most of the time on the bottom. So for farm adopting advanced technology, it is necessary that pond bottom should be completely dried and aerated to get rid of toxic gases. Many ponds in low-lying areas cannot be completely drained and dried. To overcome this, aqua farmer apply waste decomposer to the ponds. They have harmless bacteria and enzymes that consume organic matter on the pond bottom. So this is a natural process to maintain the pond bottom. So if we provide the proper conditioning of the water, so good bacteria will generate and they will decompose and will eat all the additional and organic waste from the bottom and help to clean our pond bottom with the help of heterotrophic bacteria.
Okay.
So in the coming session, I will also explain this how to maintain the proper pond bottom with the help of culture of the bacteria. They will consume all the organic waste and excess feed, and how to maintain the good water quality and preventing disease, because we are culture in the indoor environment. So how to maintain the proper quality? Don't overstock. If our system is not enough to sustain the overstocking, so don't overstock. Every time just understock and reduce your problem, not maximize your problem. Temperature fluctuation of water, especially during water change. So whenever you will take any decision of the water change, just maintain the water parameter. I already explained one by one to maintain the ideal range of it.
Okay, sir. Just one thing, sir. Like, hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Like, you said like don't overstock, right? So, what was the recommended stock for the maybe around 1 square meter, like maybe around 1 kg or 2 kg was recommended for this?
Yes,
Okay. Considering that, we have to produce it. Like,
right.
how many production we have to calculate it and just build our ponds.
Yes, from the 10,000 liter of pond, you can easily get it around 300, 400 or 500 kg
Okay.
final worms. But it is completely depend on the culture practice.
Okay. Okay.
Slowly we can increase the final production, but initially, because initially success will matter.
Hmm.
Not production will not matter, but success will matter. If you
Okay.
will get the success, second time you can easily do the more stocking and give the another success story. Because in a first culture, all the things for new for you. Your aquatic animal also new, water chemistry also new, your culture practice also new. So you will learn lots of things. So just don't overstock and try to learn all the things and give the success story. In the next cycle you will play big.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay.
A temporary decline in dissolved oxygen level due to power failure. This is a common problem of our India. We don't have sufficient power backup, power supply and availability of the power. So once our system don't provide the 24 into 7 power supply, so just provide some alternate mechanism to provide the aeration of our system. Increase of free carbon dioxide, unionized ammonia and organics due to decaying excess feed and dead animals. So don't overfeed your animal, because excess feed will settle in the bottom and decomposition will be occur. Once decomposition will be occur, more methane, more ammonia gases will be released. Poor nutrition. Just understand the requirement of your aquatic animal and accordingly you just provide the proper feed so that they will get the proper survival and proper growth. The high level of toxic pollutant in water that may contain heavy metals such as copper, silica, lead, nickel, mercury and other chemicals. So before starting your culture, just test the water parameters so that you don't have any harmful parameter in your water.
Okay.
So this is the temperature. Optimum temperature 22 to 32 degrees centigrade, and with the help of mercury or digital thermometer you can easily maintain it. Salinity tolerance capacity with broad range of salinity, it is completely depend on the aquatic animals, which type of aquatic animal you are doing. So refractometer is a digital mechanism you can check, otherwise you can also buy the digital salinity meter. pH ideal range from 6.5 to 8.5 and ideal range is 7 or 7.5. Digital pH meter or any litmus paper you can do it. Transparency optimal maintenance plankton density is 30 to 40 centimeter. With the help of Sachi disc you can measure it.
Okay.
Dissolve oxygen minimum 4 milligram or 6 milligram per liter per hour to maintain it, because it is required for the good pond ecosystem. BOD, it is necessary to estimate the requisite of oxygen contained by the enclosed body of water. So with the help of DO, you can maintain the dissolved oxygen. BOD, COD, it is completely depend on the dissolved oxygen. And these are the some ideal range for the temperature 22 to 35, salinity from 1.1 to 45 ppt, dissolved oxygen always greater than 3 ppm, pH range should be 7.5 to 8.5, 10, 10 stands for total ammonia nitrogen less than 1.0 ppm, total nitrate nitrogen less than 5.0 ppm, nitrite nitrogen less than 0.01 ppm, and Sachi disk visibility for the turbidity should be 25 to 45 centimeter. It will show the density of the phytoplankton and natural feed your ecosystem.
Okay. And dissolved oxygen was like 15 was recommended, right?
No,
15 ppm.
greater than 4 ppm, 5 ppm or 6 ppm. Maximum is 12 to 15 ppm.
Okay. Like, should we have to provide 24/7 oxygen for this, sir?
Yes, we will provide some small pump
Okay.
like a aquarium pump like that.
Okay.
So they will maintain the quality of the filter, and also we will install a sponge filter like that.
Okay.
So they will work as a biological filter like that. So they will also maintain the water quality, also reduce the turbidity of the water, and maintain the clear environment and clear condition of your aquatic animals.
And biofilter, should we have to buy some?
Yes, from the pet shop, a sponge filter, biological filter is the same thing.
Okay. Then when can we introduce bacteria on that, sir?
From day one, we will follow the process.
Okay. Like we have to buy bacteria or somewhere?
Yes, we can also buy it. It is freely available in the nature. Just give some time to
Okay.
maintain it.
Okay, it will be automatically produced in the culture, right?
Yes, lots of bacteria in our environment. And you can also buy it. Nitrifying bacteria. So it is freely available in the market, in the environment. Also you can commercially buy it.
Okay.
So it will faster the process.
100 minutes. Okay, that's
Like that. Bacteria and fungi, aquarium cure program. So lots of things. First you will understand the thing, then we will start. So today and tomorrow we will complete the water preparation, nitrification cycle, biofloc, phytoplankton, zooplankton, and basic setup of the infra. Sand, pebble, and water cycle. Okay. So same time we will meet again and try to cover all the topics, and after that we will take a feeding session It is the most important, but before that, I want to cover all the topics because this is right the success story of our system.
Third
Water
session is
preparation,
tomorrow, right?
yes,
Can we cover the third and fourth sessions tomorrow, sir?
because this is a very big session. So
Okay.
around it will take 130 hours to finish. So
Okay.
for the feeding and harvesting, I will take a separate session for that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. And session 5 we will cover your question and answer and design.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
just Google it, YouTube it, take the basic information, understand all the systems. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask me. If you have any concern, anything, just take this opportunity before start your venture.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, buddy. Thanks a lot. So tomorrow at the 4 p.m. we will meet again and cover the session third.
Okay.
Do you want to ask something?
No, sir. Let's finish.
Okay, buddy.